What's up, everybody? Good morning. So I'm going to be doing a headlight restoration on the Subaru today. So first things first, I always take a waterless wash, spray around the lights, clean up the surface, get any kind of dirt off. And then next what I'm going to do is tape it off. And then once I get into the sanding, I'll make another little clip and we're going to go step by step. I'm going to show you how I do this. Alright, so as you can see, I got the lights all taped off. I'm always really careful to make sure I tape off around those corners because I have had a time when I hit a corner and had the paint come off on a customer's car. It wasn't fun. So what I'm going to do now, hook and loop sanding discs on a 3-inch polisher. If you're not doing it this way, you're doing it wrong and you're wasting your time. I did them by hand for a while, and then I found these, and I can cut my process down literally in half. Now obviously 800 grit is going to be the most important. I go from 800 up to 3000, and sometimes with 800, if it's a really bad headlight, I'll do 800 twice just to be sure. Now obviously you see how these are kind of curved lights. The polisher may not work on some of the really curved parts, and so what I'll do is I'll do the best that I can with the polisher, and then after I'll pull the sanding disc off and I'll sand the rest by hand. So stay tuned. Notice how it's turning white. So when I initially started sanding it, it was yellow. That's the goal when you're doing the sanding, is you want the liquid to be white, not yellow. See, there's a little yellow there, but that's when you know you get all the oxidized clear coat off, is when it begins to turn white. See, then I come just with the hook and loop pad by hand, and I get all the spots that my polisher doesn't really work well on, or I get up in these corners because I'm kind of paranoid about going in these corners because of past experiences. But you see how it's like a milky liquid? That's what you want. At least that's what I want when I do it. So look, at the end of it, this is my final step, 3000. I want you to see what the liquid looks like. You can see it's pretty much clear, and that's just sanding. But it's not even really milky anymore. So that's how it should look at the very end before you compound and polish. So here's what it looks like after my sanding. 800 grit all the way up to 3000 grit. You can see, you can already see through it better here just with the sanding. Compared to that. So we'll see. All right, so here's a little glimpse at the before. And this is after. Still needs to be coated, but as you can see, night and day difference. All right, so I got the headlights looking good. I took some waterless wash and cleaned up all of my splattering and dripping everywhere. And so now what I am doing is I'm doing a wipe down with Duplicolor grease and wax remover to get any kind of polish residue. I can't even speak right now. Polish residue off of the lights to prep them for coating. Dude, they're looking so good. So, all right, I'll be back for the coating. All right. So here's the moment of truth. So you're supposed to prime the pad first. They tell you to do an X pattern, and then a few dots per headlight should be enough after that. So basically you come, just like that. All right, so I've applied a coat of the Opti Lens headlight coating on here, and I'm just letting it flash now. It says to wait for 5 minutes. You know, I don't know if you're not supposed to do it in direct sun. I know with me and my business, sometimes being out of sun isn't always possible. And so I just kind of send it and don't really overthink it too much. I haven't had a problem using it in direct sun. And I also kind of like to do more than one coat. You know, just because, you know, this stuff's rated as a permanent coating. Like I said, I offer it to my clients as like a 2-year coating, 2 to 3 years. And just to really seal that in, I like throwing another coat on just to be sure. I don't know if I'm supposed to be waiting for, you know, 24 hours for it to cure or, you know, whatever. But I haven't had an issue so far doing it this way. I've gotten great results. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. All right. So I'm officially buffing off the second coat that I did. And man, these things are looking good.